Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video here. I apologize for our last episode and the fact that, we didn't get too much, couldn't get that last little bit tacked on. Also, the editing's probably going to be a little bit wonky since I have to do it on PlayStation, but I tested it out and this should be able to be slapped on my USB drive and we should be all good. Also, just a friendly reminder, keep in mind I'm sort of padding out the starting time so that I don't run into issues with YouTube due to the contents and the word and the verbiage that I'll be using. So, last episode, of course, we have completed base game Bloodborne. We have completed it. All we have left is the DLC, which that's shown as over here, which for today's video, I am hoping to get at least the Living Failures done. Because that area that the Living Failures are in is a little confusing, and I'm not as familiar going through that area. I will probably use the NPC summon there due to the Threaded Cane's damage is scuffed. It's a little scuffed. And also, we don't have enough insight to fully upgrade our Threaded Cane either, because we'll need 60 insight in order to get a Blood Rock. But anyway, so on that note, I'm gonna pass it over to Kermit here, and go ahead and hop into it. Oh, before mention anything. Keep in mind, this series is going on at the same time that Spider-Man 2, so they will be running at the same time. However, Spider-Man 2 will extend past this series, and also I will talk about some Festival of the Lost stuff at some point as well. So on that note, I will pass it over to Kermit. Alrighty, what's up my fellow pimps? I hope you all are ready for another pretty interesting time here in Bloodborne. First, we're kind of going to need our fire paper for this boss fight. This one's kind of going to be a pain in the ass here. Alrighty, and I didn't really do anything in between these episodes. But of course, last episode I unlocked that shortcut. We're not really going to talk to Simon there. I am gonna have to be a little bit careful here. So I will kind of have to concentrate here. By the way, yes, that bomb is sort of a ticking thing. By the way, you will get hit here. We're kind of going in that direction there. We do have to be a little bit careful there since that cannon can definitely destroy us here. And we just gotta run over here in order to de-aggro him. And make sure you always turn around because there's usually which they are following. Alrighty, there we are. By the way, you can only summon Voltaire here if you have interacted with them over in the Forbidden Woods. You just normally get blood vials from him. But he is going to be very important for Ludwig's first phase. Alrighty, and before we get into this boss fight, just want to let y'all know this is my favorite boss fight. One of my favorite boss fights in all of From Software. You'll kind of understand why, but the music is just, makes you want to bust a nut. By the way, that guy can technically stay alive the whole fight, but it's extremely heavily RNG'd. But you get nothing special for keeping him alive.
Sign this. The great terror looms. Have mercy upon us.
By the way, he has about 300 bolts in his skeleton. It was actually accurate for how much a human horse combination would have. By the way, Valkyrie is the most tankiest. It is a lot of damage. We're gonna gotta play a little bit careful here. We kind of want him to blast here. We do have to be careful here. By the way, Ludwig is not. His model actually disappears during this fight. By the way, we're using fire paper because it does more damage. He usually doesn't land that fast, but the way that he can one-shot you. He usually does this charge. That little charge thing does his animation. By the way, I'll be silent for the rest of this, because I need you to hear the boss music in this gloriousness. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get it timed properly. By the way, he does not count as a beast right now. We gotta back away! weapon doesn't deal more damage. But our visceral will. Look at that damage. We gotta be careful here. This can't one-shot us. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, you got that in Swiss roll. Damn, I kinda wanted it. Thinking it was beautiful. And we didn't manage to keep him alive. By the way, that is probably the last NPC summon for the rest of the game, due to both Lady Maria and Cos don't really have one. And also the Living Failures one is kind of hard to get. But the thing about that one is, he will kill himself because, his weapons move, destroy some of his health.
Tell me,
By the way, make sure you
good
are
hunter
wearing a
of the
hunter's
church, have you
garb
seen the
here,
light?
not church.
Are my church hunters the honorable Spartans? I hoped they would be. Ah, good. That is a relief. To know
By the
I
way,
did
we're
not
actually
suffer
lying to him
such
here, but this is the only way
denigration
he'll
for nothing.
die peacefully.
Thank you kindly. Now I may sleep in peace. Even in this darkest of nights, I see the moonlight.
We basically freed him from the nightmare. Damn! That one's gonna start to spread. And this is the, one that's a part of the cutscene. Alrighty, we need more strength, surprisingly enough, in order to be able to use that.
Gammon away. Go on. Very well, let me.
We're actually going to dump a couple points into our health. I think your damage is relatively fine for now. Alrighty, now we're kinda getting into dicey territory here. Now we actually do have a couple of shortcuts that we do want to unlock here. But first, I don't really know what that is. I don't really know what vermin does. But I'm not really going to question it.
Shrouded by night with steady stride, ground to the cherry circus, only.
And by the way, he is an NPC summon you can unlock. I would not really suggest going into the rooms unless you're looking for specific loot. Also, up here there are two hunters here. And unfortunately, we're not really strong enough to take both of them on. I'm a little confused here.
Shrouded by night with steady.
It's a little bit confusing and a little bit perplexing. Alrighty, and actually we're going to to where Lawrence is at in this nightmare. But do keep in mind that, we are not fighting Lawrence versus Victor in this playthrough. Alrighty, we actually do it to sneak by him, so... Alrighty, now we can sneak by. Maybe. Alright, none of these are statues of the amygdala. And this is Lawrence here. Perched kind of exactly where his skull is at. Alrighty. Now they should work here.
Shrouded by night over the city's throne.
Alrighty, we're just gonna run past all of these guys. Alrighty, that was good. Alrighty. Now we are officially in the research hall. We don't really want to attack him. That'll be useful for when we do our pistol thing. Damn, it's locked. Alrighty, I think we basically have found everything down here for now. This area is kind of difficult to traverse, but I think I remember where to go. Alrighty, you will only be seeing the successful attempt, but I'll probably be silent while trying to traverse this area. By the way, this blow elixir doesn't exactly stop me from being seen. Alrighty, and over here is actually a shortcut here. Alrighty, and I should unlock that shortcut there. Stop fucking emoting, please. Is there a detail if they will aggro? Because some of them don't. Decorative old hunter stuff. Alrighty, we basically just unlocked a whole bunch of shortcuts here. But the at least getting to this room is super important, and also doing this one is super important too. Alrighty, and that looks that shortcut. By the way, that NPC there is important, but it's more so for lore reasons. We had to climb up here pretty fast before she was able to reach us with her attacks. By the way, be careful up here since you can get attacked from above. We're not really too pressed about whatever's over there. So we're just gonna flip this bad bitch. If it'll let me. I mean, we kinda just wanna go this way here. You do wanna collect that if, you wanna do that, one NPC's quest. Alrighty, we just open this bad boy up. Oh, this should be pretty good. Alrighty, and since the path is open to that room there, we're just gonna go ahead and attempt the, By the way, you will find more stuff down here after you have, After you've raised the staircase. That door's still locked, unfortunately.
There's someone.
Alrighty, though, we are actually going to go back to the hunter stream. We might have to fix our durability here. So far, none of these are better than what I have already. This one is, though. Their base one is only, at most 10%. Well, this one is, 8.1%, so I'm gonna do this real quick. That's just round potential, but I'd rather have the physical attack here. We're gonna check real quick how much it takes to level up here.
Gammon awaits you. Very well.
Not actually that much, so... We could technically sell that for a crap ton of money. I'm gonna sell the hat here. And that's a lot of fire damage resistance. That's gonna become pretty important here. We don't need this anymore. Actually, we'll hold on to it here. It should be enough here.
Gammon away. Go on, good hunter. Very well.
Beautiful.
Farewell, good hunter. May
Beware the frailty of men.
Hello, I am back. Unfortunately, well, first off, our stats are 68. Normally, so for Orphan of Kos, you want to be at around level 120 about, I would say. Um, for this episode, I definitely do want to beat the Living Failures here. I have to beat the Living Failures here. Lady Maria, I would probably recommend it around level 100 if you have a Fire Resist armor. As you saw there, we take a lot of damage there. That's partially due to strength increases our physical damage resist, and they deal a lot of physical damage and magic damage, but our strength is super low. Also, you can parry them, yes, but so I'll give you all an explanation of how that boss fight kind of works. So, kind of how it works. Well, for the most part, at least, how that boss fight kind of works is all of those little health bars are pretty much made up of all those the living failures individually have a health bar, and your visceral only takes a portion out of that little minion's health bar, not the actual boss's health bar. As you saw with Ludwig and other bosses, that visceral damage should have been a lot higher, but it's because it takes a portion out of the actual minion's health itself. And technically, the Living Failures health bar is massive. It's impossible to do with an NPC if you can't kill the Living Failures within one stamina bar full of stuff. And unfortunately, so our health is at 36. Normally I have it capped out at 40. And I really would like to have my strength at 20, being perfectly honest, because it does increase physical damage resist. Lady Maria is going to be way too big of a struggle especially if I'm not able to do a lot more damage. Lady Maria is going to be a struggle boss. And technically speaking, we are using a sort of weapon that can technically cheese her, using the Threaded Cane, because both the Threaded Cane and the Ludwig's Holy Blade can stun lock her, basically. That will not work for Orphan, but we're mainly going to be relying on our skill, on our skill scaling for that fight, because we are going to be doing a lot of viscerals to get past the first phase. But, I am going to go beat Watchdog of the Old Lords. I'm going to be a Watchdog of the Old Lords here. For Lady Maria, we absolutely do need to have a Blood Rock. So I'm going to try to get a hold of a Blood Rock and, get my level up a little bit. And I will catch y'all back at the Living Failures boss fight. Welcome back, everyone. For you, it's been just a second, but for me, I went and beat the Watchdog of the Old Lords and reset the Chalice Dungeon, which is why I'm at 58 insight. And we are at level 74. As you can see, our vitality is only 39, and I increased our skill a little bit, because that also increases physical defense. The moment by defeating this boss, we should be able to get a Blood Rock and not really have to do much leveling up for Lady Maria. That's what I'm hoping here. So I gotta work on parrying here. Because their parry window is very fast. We gotta help him out as much as possible. There we are, we got it fast enough. The magic ones, we really gotta get a handle on, because they can kill me very easily. Of course, they're focusing on me. This one's annoying. Got a visceral off, which is fantastic. There we are, we got a twofer. We got a twofer. Okay, we just gotta attack the same one as him. Oh my god. Okay, we can run back to... There, he's dead. We gotta get behind here. Oh my god, the bombs hurt a lot. Oh my god. We can kill him real quick. And we can actually focus on this one as well. Come on. Do an attack, bitch. There we are, we got a visceral in. Okay. He's gonna die soon. Okay, we got him. Where's the fourth? There's the fourth. I still gotta separate them. We don't have any bone marrow ash that I can use right now. No! Ah, crap. There's nothing we can really do here. Except let's bone marrow ash. We're gonna use our thing for parrying here. There we are, he is down. Come on, bitch, do your thing. There we are, there's a visceral. We gotta be careful here. We only have 6 blood vials. Let's go! Oh my god. By the way, you can still die, so... Holy sh... Oh... Okay, so, yeah, that fight takes a lot of concentration. So now we're just going to go to the Hunter stream, and I'm going to send the video off. I have to go to work in 5 minutes. That's also why I'm not necessarily going through the effort of pulling out Kermit, since... I have barely any time, so...
Gammon away. Good. Very well. Let me stand close.
We got at
No
least the bare
shutter
minimum
eyes.
done. Last episode will be Lady Maria. We literally have one... We just have to discover that boss room, and then we can just exit out. So next episode we will be doing Lady Maria, Orphan of Cause, and Garamond, and that'll be the end. And that'll be the end of Bloodborne. So, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Oh, hello there. Just, delving into some of my good old reading here. So, for, Demon Slayer, this is actually my girlfriend's manga, but it's a pretty good show. I would definitely recommend it a good watch or a good read. Um, Kind of a little bit darker at points, but still extremely good and well put together. Now today, we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about. And for the first time on the channel, we'll be talking about the music, as per promised. By the way, just a heads up, keep in mind the next episode is going to be extremely long because pretty much I will be talking about everything and giving you a little bit of a lore recap as well. But not touching on so much of the specifics. So, this video, we fought Ludwig and Living Failures. I'm not going to get too much into detail about either of those areas, due to the fact that both Lady Maria and Cause and even Garamond are exceedingly important. So this episode is going to be more so talking about the music and the specific characters themselves. Now, first up is Ludwig. Now, Ludwig here, he was a hunter. He was a hunter of the Healing Church. He was established after Garamond was already a hunter. That is all that I can say necessarily for now, but pretty much in hunters that worked for Lawrence, it was Garamond first, then Lady Maria, then Ludwig. And Ludwig got cursed to, after he succumbed to the blood, to be sent to the Hunter's Nightmare. And that's pretty much it, and he fused with this horse. A couple of fun facts about Ludwig. When he launches up into the ceiling, his model disappears. There was a theory for a while that he's up there. You just have to look. You can look if you're able to look up. You can see him. That's a complete myth. His model just disappears into the ceiling. And Ludwig's second phase, that transition is a model swap. And also, interestingly enough, there's the exact same amount of bones in Ludwig's skeleton in his first phase and his second phase. And his first phase counts as a beast, and his second phase counts as a hunter. It counts as a non-beast. But first up, we're going to talk about Ludwig here. And I have the lyrics up here for you and everything here. Hopefully y'all can hear the music a little bit. This is an extended version. Also, shout out to Unrealistic Game Music here for having the lyrics and stuff. And this is the extended version. We're mostly going to be looking at this kind of sporadically here. Also, the garb that you see Ludwig wearing, that is the Executioner's garb, which is what we were wearing in our fight. At least I believe it's either the Executioner's garb or a Judge Hunter's garb, one of the two. Also, fun fact, after Ludwig's boss fight ends, he will give you different lines depending on if you are if you're wearing Church garb or Hunter garb. If you tell him that his hunters didn't turn out so well, he will cry out in pain and die. And I forget what line he has if you're wearing a Church garb. And I'm going to be talking about the nuances of the piece. And here you have a lot of heavy woodwinds, which is usually in a lot of horror, suspense genres. But more importantly, we're going to talk about the Latin lyrics. Latin is a dead language here. Hopefully this has the cutscene too. So Hunter by vigorously hunting blood. If you want to listen to the full OST, you got to go check it out yourself. Then, O Hunter, I grant myself knowledge. I am beloved by none. These two lines here. So this is Ludwig. So the lyrics in Bloodborne are kind of complicated. So in this instance, it's Ludwig telling us Hunter by vigorously hunting blood. I'm gonna skip around here. O Hunter, I grant myself knowledge. I am beloved by none. I feel like there's more. And before the blood recoils the sumptuous blade. Essentially, this sort of means that at first he was hunting the blood, and he eventually succumbed to it. I personally believe that's what it's meant. And here, O Hunter, for the holy foundations, he was a part of their church. Some of the stuff is more directive than others. And for the terrible lord, I do not defile the blade. This line, I'm not sure what it means. I don't know if it means Lawrence as the terrible lord, but I'm not exactly sure. May he be cursed by death and plentiful blood. Okay, so this is actually, so I kind of lied here. This is actually the Holy Moonlight Swords talking to us through the song, and because Ludwig right now is sort of insane, so the sword, Ludwig used his Holy Moonlight Sword to hunt beasts. Beloved by none, that just kind of means that Ludwig didn't really. The Holy Moonlight Sword is sort of a spirit in and of itself in this game. Under most circumstances, it's usually a weapon, just a standard weapon, but here it sort of has a soul that cries out. It's sort of like it's personification of an object. And before the blood recoils, the sumptuous blade, not Holy Moonlight Sword there. And then going back to here for the terrible lord, the terrible lord would be Ludwig because Ludwig is not listening to what the blade is trying to tell him. And for the terrible lord, I do not defile the blade, aka guess what? He's not going to light up. So what you see that the Holy Moonlight Sword's trick weapon for is the glowing blade that Ludwig uses at the end. He wasn't able to use that until then because the Holy Moonlight Sword refused to come out for him because he was just hunting beasts and kind of going crazy. That may be cursed by death and plentiful blood. That is how he ended up here, but he was cursed. Can't say about whom currently. Um, and he was cursed to basically rampage like this in the Hunter's Nightmare. And here's the second phase transition. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I forgot they extended it. Okay. Just gonna... Also, something interesting to note that, so the first phase of Ludwig's Blade is in 4/4. So you can hear it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is important for the second phase because the second phase is actually a waltz. It goes in 3. It's in 3/4. So the first phase, your emphasis are on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just because there really is no sort of rhythm to Ludwig's base attacks, and it's not like a dance that it's hard to explain if you haven't played Bloodborne for yourself, but Ludwig's second phase is more like a dance between two hunters and two warriors, while the first phase is like you're trying to put a monster down, basically, similar to the Cleric Beast. We're kind of waiting for the second phase to kick in here. Then here, no, not here. Right here. And by the way, I will say first here, just the lyrics of the phase transition is O Venator, Beata Sanctus, Donum Fati Partia, Donos Aeternis Fiat Morte, Beat Sanguine Opulento. Like just oh, that's just ooh, goes off the tongue. The only word that most people recognize in that is opulento and morte, because morte means death in a lot of languages. Oh, Hunter, the sacred mentor. So, also during this face transition, Ludwig, he basically looks at the sword glowing next to him. You were at my you are at my side all along, my guiding moonlight. He forgot that his blade is his most trustworthy partner here. What happened there? Okay, it is his most trusted partner. So he finally realized he's like, oh, you were really there this whole time. You were trying to get me to listen to you. Now it's my time to listen and fight together one last time. So again, this is the Sword O Hunter, the Sacred Mentor, the divine partner of your fate. Essentially tying himself to Ludwig, that we're in this together. And lest by death your heart is vanquished. He wants Ludwig to die. The Holy Moonlight Sword wants Ludwig to die here, but honorably. Abundant will be the blood. And this is when Ludwig rises up, and it's officially dance. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's the waltz. Something else I want to note here. There's an aspect of heaven and hell in this piece, so most of the time when you have low parts here, that usually means hell in a lot of classical pieces. So right here, bong bong bong, bong bong. That's hell. And then if you hear in the background that those woodwinds, but more so here. That's the heaven part. The heaven part is usually higher pieces, and you hear that da 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 da, and listen to the background and listen to what's going on underneath as well. It's really just a dance here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's really a truly waltz. But again, if you want to listen to that piece, go check it out for yourself. There is also a Doomified version, which is absolutely amazing as well, by Jeffrey Day. Make sure to go check those two out, especially Jeffrey Day. I love Jeffrey Day here. So that is all for Ludwig's music. Ludwig's music really tells the story of how he got there, which is different than any other boss really in Bloodborne. Gascoigne sort of tells because okay, keep in mind for Gascoigne and for most of the bosses in Bloodborne, you are getting there as things are happening. So Gascoigne's transformation is happening as you are getting there. So the piece reflects that by getting more aggressive and more frenzied as time is progressing and a little bit more chaotic because Gascoigne is becoming more chaotic and more becoming of a beast. While and same with Vicar Amelia as well, but and also we will don't worry we will be talking about Lawrence versus Vicar's music, but in the last episode. But for all the DLC bosses, you are coming there after everything has already happened. You are putting them out of their misery after everything has happened. You are the late bloomer to the DLC, but for the rest of the game, you are there when things are going on. Also, Gascoigne, Murgo's Wet Nurse is also you're kind of there after everything has happened. Specifically, Murgo's Wet Nurse and Rom and Gehrman. Try to make Gehrman. But that's Ludwig's music here, and Living Failures. Living Failures. Oh boy. Okay. Living Failures are interesting due to they were villagers at one point. After interacting with the Great One, they were experimented upon to become Great Ones and themselves. And the successful version is the Celestial Emissary, which is found up on top of Cathedral Ward, in Upper Cathedral Ward. Those are successful. The living failures here are, as they said, they are failures. They're in this dream just by circumstance. They were experimented upon with the Great One's blood, so they were also cursed because anyone that interacted with Cause got, well, with the Great One, unfortunately, got sent to the other's nightmare. It didn't really matter. So that is quite unfortunate for them. And them in this area, then that area. Also, that female NPC that's kind of brain fluid. You were seeing all of the stages of this transformation and all experimental stages, which is extremely unfortunate. But in the beauty of all of this, also this flower, they really love those flowers, so they tended to them, and Lady Maria kind of looked over them. Now, and of course, living failures. Only when they banded together were they able to summon the power of the cosmos. Despite being failures, they were able to do something quite spectacular. Now, let's get into the music here. Man, this beard is kind of getting right here. Again, starting off with, subtle ambience. This is brass heavy. Most brass heavy pieces, in my opinion, gives an air of grandeur. So while Ludwig's piece had a lot of woodwinds and brass, but more so like string instruments, it gave you the sense of a dance and everything. This is not a dance. It is something grand, which they display in their magnificent, raining down from the cosmos, which is a similar attack that Rom uses regularly. Rom is a great one, but they're only able to use this power when they band together. And so it's kind of grand in that way, in my opinion. Let's skip a little bit. This is also a reference to Gustav Holst's Mars. That little percussion there. If you don't know the piece about Gustav Holst, it's just Mars. Just look it up. Or maybe Ares. No, it's Mars, I'm pretty sure. And you're getting those like little woodwinds in the background, well, the little strings in the background to give it that horror element. Again, that grandness of the brass with that percussion, boom, 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 boom. I guess it's 4/4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, there is sort of a interesting thing here. The general consensus is most of the lyrics the Bloodborne community really got to work on. The only contentious point is when we get to Ad Damnatus Invictibus. No one knows if they're saying Invictibus, which means infection, or Invictibus, invention. I think it's more so invention because Lawrence and a lot of people that were associated with him didn't really see the blood as an infection. They saw it as an invention, something to progress towards. Do have hands by the mouth uttered? They don't have mouths, so. And the veins just referencing the blood that was used on them. There's not a whole lot of lyrics in this song, unfortunately. Here we are. 1, 2, this Invictus. Or imperfect, sorry. I actually lean towards it could be either or makes perfect sense. So up to you which one you to subscribe to. They kind of mean the same thing, but the imperfect is honestly probably what they're saying because they are the living failures. Okay, this is extended. Again, there's not a ton, there's not as much here as in the rest of the pieces. Here we are. This Invictibus. And again, normally they do this while they are having their prayer hands raised and having the stars and cosmos raining from the sky. This is their prayer to the stars to accept our call. tonal rest comes for the water. This is a reference to the Great One that is in the fishing hamlet. It foretells the death of the Great One that's in the fishing hamlet. Sanctified Lord, I'm not sure what this is referencing to. I'm not sure if it's Lawrence or Divine Blood of the Void Child. That's referencing the Great One, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no. So here lies the Divine Blood of the Void Child. That is actually referencing the living failures themselves, saying, hey, we have been abandoned. Which they were for the Celestial Emissaries. But keep in mind, all these living failures, they were just regular fisher. They were a part of a fishing village. They're just regular people, and then this unfortunate thing happened to them. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again, something I want to point out, it has switched again. So remember in the first phase is in 4/4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, it switched. Some of the most beautiful music. So that is something I definitely want to point out there. I don't think it really expands any further beyond that. No. Okay. But, again, Living Failures has amazing lore, which will be expanded even further upon in the last episode. Expanded much further upon, and, you know, the music is phenomenal. The arena is beautiful. It's just unfortunate that the boss fight kind of sucks. But again, Living Failures, definitely check out the music. The music is absolutely phenomenal. I would definitely recommend checking out the Bloodborne soundtrack. It's absolutely amazing. But last episode of Bloodborne will be in the next episode, and that's where you'll get your lore recap and everything. And I will be removing the beard in that last episode as well. Sorry, but this gets too much in my mouth. But on that note, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all in the last episode.